guys, welcome back to Zone's Little Hobbies. And in today's video, I am going to be talking about the MCU, the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, we actually have a lot of information thanks to Comic-Con. We know a lot about what's going on with the Wave 4 and all that. That's fantastic. I will talk a little bit about that. But really what this video is supposed to be is, it's supposed to be me speculating on the future. I'm going to tell you my thoughts. I'm going to comment on some of the stuff that's coming out in Wave 4. I'm going to be talking about what I think might happen in Wave 5. What I think the next big villain of the Marvel Cinematic Universe will be. We are going to be discussing all of that in today's video. So, let's go ahead and start talking about it. So, Infinity War. After I saw Infinity War, I thought there was no way they could ever beat this. Then, we had Endgame. Oh my god. The Marvel Cinematic Endgame was fantastic. I actually do like Infinity War a little bit more than Endgame, but Endgame was amazing. And everyone thought that Endgame was going to be it. That the Marvel Cinematic Universe was gonna, crash and burn. And then, I'll be honest. I actually am in the majority that thought that. I mean, I didn't think it was going to crash and burn the very second Endgame ended. But I thought to myself, there is no way they are going to pull off something as fantastic as what Infinity War and Endgame did ever again. Which basically means that as much as I was going to enjoy the rest of the MCU, I don't think it was going to be a pop culture phenomenon ever again. Then I saw Spiderman Far From Home. Now, I wanted to see Spider-Man Far From Home. I wasn't expecting to see it on 4th of July. My cousin showed up and said, "Hey, you want to go watch it with me?" So I went with them. I had no plans to actually see Spider-Man Far From Home in theaters. I was planning to watch it when it comes out on Amazon and stuff like that. I still want to shout out to my cousin Nick, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to watch Spider-Man Far From Home. And my god, I definitely wanted to see the repercussions of Endgame in that movie, and I really wanted to see the repercussions of, spoilers for Endgame, but I think everyone knows by this point, the death of Iron Man. And that's the thing, Iron Man is my favorite superhero of all time. So, without him, what do I really have to look forward to in the MCU? And I've always enjoyed Spider-Man, but he's not my favorite. But thanks to the Spider-Man Far From Home movie, not only did it re-energize my excitement for the future of the MCU, but it made me care so much about Spider-Man that I think it could really be a pop culture phenomenon. Once again, but the fact is, after watching Far From Home, I've changed my mind on that. I really have. I think, thanks to what the Spider-Man movie has done, especially because of what it's introduced quite a few things, actually. It's already talking about the multi-universe thing, which we kind of already know, even though it was sort of fake in that movie. We do know that the multi-universe does exist, thanks to not only Endgame, but we also have Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and we also know, thanks to the Loki TV show, we're going to be dealing with the other Loki from the other universe, so he's going to be playing a big role, which I love, because the fact is, as much as Loki's death in Endgame was, oh my god, it surprised me, it shocked me to no end. I actually really like the fact that we are bringing Loki back in some form, because I love Loki, out of all of the villains, out of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the two that really stand out to me is Thanos and, you guessed it, Loki. The only other one that I really, really liked was obviously going to be Mysterio from the Spider-Man. Go figure. Again, that movie surprised me in more ways than one, and I can't wait for the Loki TV show. But back on topic, I think that we are going to end up dealing with the multi-universe problem, especially since we actually have the Doctor Strange movie title, which is going to be Doctor Strange Multi-Universe Madness, which I hear is supposed to be a horror flick. Here's my opinion on that. I'm not really a fan of horror flicks. I mean, I like good, chilling ghost stories. I don't like gore. So I mean, if I look back, there's this story of Star Wars called Star Wars Death Trooper. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with if you're gonna bring something spine chilling to a series. That's fine. But I just hope that movie isn't nothing but gore, because I don't like that. However, calling it a horror flick says to me nothing but gore or scary beyond all reason, which I don't like scary beyond all reason either. I like spooky. I like spine tingling chills. I don't like scary beyond all reason, scary for the sake of being scary, and I also don't like gore. So I don't know what to think about that, them calling this a horror film, but I can think about what the name of the title really means for the future of the cinematic universe. Multi-universe madness. Guys, we have to be dealing with the multi-universe madness, and while I do think it's going to be introduced in Doctor Strange, obviously, I don't think that's going to be the end of it. I believe we're going to end up with a lot of issues, and what I'm kind of thinking is that they could use this to maybe tie into, I don't know, something like the X-Men or something like Fantastic Four, and they could bring those back into the cinematic universe. I mean, then of course that answers the question, well, why didn't the Fantastic Four help with the Avengers? Besides the obvious reason of they didn't own them at the time, so they couldn't team up. It could be in universe. They could say it's because of the multi-universe thing. They simply weren't in our universe, and now they are. So they could do something with that. But what I think is the biggest thing that they could do is the biggest threat to the multi-universe. What could be the biggest threat to the entire multi-universe of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I got an idea. I don't know. This is just me speculating. This is me wanting this. I have no idea if they could even do this, if they could even pull this off, if this is even an idea that's gone through their head or not. I'm thinking Galactus. Galactus, the planet-eating destroyer. So, I know. He's just a big monster that eats planets in space. I mean, there's not much of a story you could tell about him, but I think just like with Thanos, I mean, if you think of Thanos, the original Thanos, he snapped away half the universe just to get a date. I'm not kidding. That was the original story of Thanos. And look at what they turned him into. So I think they could really do a great story with Galactus. I want to see Galactus on the big screen. And let's not have him just destroy one planet, okay? Let's have him actually want to go to universe to destroy planets. Like, he went to one universe and destroyed all the planets. Now he's going to another and he's destroying all of these planets. And we could, of course, tie it in with the problems about the stones, like we were told in Endgame, because you take one stone out, you switch you branch off into a bad universe, and maybe it's because all of these stones were there in the first place that called Galactus there to eat the world because he thinks the stones are powerful. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go. I'm literally making this part up as I go, but I think Galactus is the only big villain that I can think of that could really cause the Avengers to come together again. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, you're gonna tell me all the Avengers are gone. Who do we have left? Well, I think we have what's going to end up being the next generation of Avengers. We got, of course, Peter Parker, Spiderman. We also have Thor. We got female Thor coming. So there is a Thor 4, and it's called Love and Thunder. So I'm thinking what's gonna happen is maybe Thor does passes the torch to her, or maybe he falls in love with her and have a daughter, because there was a comic book where Thor has a daughter. She comes to Earth and she needs help fighting some great evil. So and her father can't help because of course he's ruling Asgard. Thor's ruling Asgard, and she has to then gather up the Earth's mightiest heroes, and you got like Tony Stark as an old man in the series, but now he's dead, so of course you can have Tony Stark's daughter, you can have Peter Parker, you can have a whole bunch. Doctor Strange is still around. You could pull up a couple of them. You could even pull back Loki. Just imagine that. Just imagine if, including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., just imagine if at the end of all of this, we pull everyone we have left together, everyone that we've gotten introduced to. We even get Venom involved. We get Black Panther involved and the rest of them. And we go after Galactus. What if Thor's daughter, what if Thor gets killed, and Thor's daughter, the new female Thor, has to deal with Galactus destroying Asgard, new Asgard. So, I don't know. But I think Galactus could be the answer to the biggest villain thing. If they don't do Galactus, then I guess the X-Men, you know? I'm not really a fan of the X-Men movies. There's not a lot I know about the X-Men. The only X-Men I actually know is Wolverine and Deadpool. So, the fact is, though, I do know that there's a lot of big X-Men villains that they could pull into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think Galactus would be a safer idea. Especially if you are going to do Avengers 5, and it's a fight against Galactus, and instead of Iron Man and Captain America, we got Peter Parker with Thor's daughter, female Thor, and a handful of other superheroes, you know? I think that would have been awesome. Now, I just want to briefly go over a couple of the other shows and other movies that are coming out. First off, there is, of course, the Black Widow movie. I cannot wait for this. I want to see this. I've been wanting to see this since I ever saw her in Avengers. Look, I've been a fan of her since Iron Man 2, but ever since Avengers, the first Avengers movie, when we really get a hint at the backstory of Black Widow, I thought to myself, okay, I have to see this movie. I have to know her story. And I can't wait for that to come out. Then there's a Scarlet Witch and Vision show coming out. My thoughts on that is very good. Very good. You know, Vision, he's a fantastic, powerful character in the comic books, and I feel like he was underutilized in the series. And I wanted to see more Vision, And I'm happy that we're going to be getting more Vision. I thought we weren't going to be seeing any Vision since he was killed in Infinity War. And then Scarlet Witch. Now, I've never actually cared about Scarlet Witch. I've never even heard of the character Scarlet Witch until Avengers 2, obviously. And then the story that they did with her in Infinity War was fantastic. And her in Endgame, that one scene, she only has one cool scene, but that one cool scene against Thanos made me just fall in love with her. I cannot wait to see Scarlet Witch, and I think that she is underutilized in the series so far, and I'm very happy that she is going to be getting a show, especially with Vision. Alright, so while editing this video, I actually found a couple other shows that I wanted to talk about that I just, for some reason, missed, so let's just briefly go over them. There is going to be The Eternals. I cannot wait for that movie. I have no idea what The Eternals are about, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be interesting. I'm thinking it's going to be something similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. I have no idea. That's just a guess. They're obviously going to be completely different. Blade? Okay. No idea what Blade is. The Marvel What If? Again, have no idea what that is, but I am super interested in that. That's gonna be great. The Falcon and Winter Soldier. I like Bucky, and I really loved the Winter Soldier movie, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. But I'll watch it because I'm going to buy the streaming service. I'll watch it because it's gonna be on there, but yeah, if it wasn't on there, then I probably wouldn't care about that show at all. There's also going to be a Hawkeye show. I'm much more interested in Black Widow. Don't get me wrong, Hawkeye is a great character and all, but if that show wasn't on the Disney Plus streaming service, which it's going to be, then I probably wouldn't watch it. I'm going to see it because it's on Disney Plus. I'm going to buy Disney Plus, but yeah, if that was a movie, I probably wouldn't watch it either, just because I don't have much interest in that character. And then the only other thing that I want to talk about here is there is going to be a Fantastic Four. It's confirmed. Okay. That's actually pretty darn cool. Alright. That could be another hint at Galactus. Just saying! Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. But that is about it. That is all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what are your thoughts on anything that I talked about in this video, especially Galactus. Do you think Galactus could be the next big villain of the Marvel Cinematic Universe to bring Avengers 5? When would that happen? I want to imagine it to happen until like wave 6, maybe 7, within like 2 to 5 years at least. Give them some time. Give them some time to make new characters beloved, and get new stories out there and other stuff. They have to do other stuff, Yeah. Those are my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. I am out. Bye.